Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to March's interval training. I'm Rebecca Campbell, Senior Director at Peloton. Thank you for joining today's training, which is all about ERP and AI Agentic Workflows. The format for today is roughly 25 minutes of a presentation by my colleague Pradeep Venchuru, followed by a few minutes of Q&A. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. Everyone will be muted during the call and chat will be disabled. If you have questions, we would be happy to take them. Just put them in the Q&A and we will get to them at the end of the demo. If you have additional questions that we were not able to get to today, please feel free to reach out to us. Also, if you have ideas for future trainings you'd like to see, please let us know. And with that, I will turn it over to you, Pradeep.
Thank you, Rebecca. Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining this wonderful session. We are super excited to share some great things that we have from Oracle documentation and what we have been testing and sharing with other clients and all. So just a little bit about me. I'm Pradeep Venchuru. I've been in the Oracle ERP space for 16 years, and I've been at Peloton for over 8 years, primarily focusing on the Oracle Cloud Financials, AI Agentic Workflows, enabling customers to get the best return of investments from Oracle ecosystem. So today we're going to go into a little bit details about how the AI is shaping up in terms of Oracle ecosystem. We all have seen the high-level architecture and all that, but the latest is AI workflows, how agents have been expanded into automation capabilities and all. We're going to talk about some workflow nodes here, and we will also see how they are combined together that we can get the best results. And we'll also talk about some of the upcoming AI agents in the ERP space. And I'll do a quick demo on some of the features that are available in our demo part. All right, so I want to start off with this. This is a very high level, right? Like as AI has been evolving from descriptive to autonomous. And there's been a lot, prototyping, and the initial agents have been created, and also they have been built on multiple platforms. And you can see the journey from descriptive to predictive, prescriptive, generative, and autonomous. Autonomous is where we are these days. Like a lot of agentic applications and AI applications are orchestrated to work in parallel and together for the maximum benefit and all. So this phase has been fast developing and evolving. So, we'll try to share some of the key takeaways. And also, I had the privilege to attend the 2-day AI Agentic Workflow training at Oracle Austin campus just 2 weeks back. It was a lot of interactive sessions between the Oracle product development, COE practice, and partners like Peloton, where we exchanged ideas, what's happening, and we talked about some of the best practices, and we got a lot of knowledge from the session that we want to share with you today. So primarily it all started as from deterministic to probabilistic, right? So you may have seen some worker agents today, whatever is available, but they have been expanded into automation capabilities. So I want to give a quick, context into how they have been expanded. The architecture has been expanded to include if then else loop concepts. So think about this not just a chat interface text where you ask a question, you wait for it, and then you again ask. And also the workflow agent, the primary benefit is you have logic built into these workflow agents where based on the prompt and more actions, you can actually direct the agent to to take an action and also read data and all that. So one of the examples is creating a purchase requisition from the supplier code, which is a huge process area where it could be a document that needs to be extracted and then going through a couple of interfaces and all that. So that's a very good use case, and this can be the flow and can be controlled using the AI and the core node, which I'll explain in a bit. And the other one I've seen is converting the customer PDF to sales order and all. So as you can see, there are like additional nodes being added where it will parse the document, it will review, and it will make some corrections. And then based on the logic and the AI LLM capabilities, you can actually issue a command to say like, create the final output as a sales order document that based on the format and all that. So all this can be done using the AI interface. And you also have a lot of research capabilities, where you can have you can ask the general questions, you can ask like why, and you can see the history, and you can also tag it to one of the internal documentation or the external APIs where the document is stored on SharePoint or somewhere. So you can have multiple extensions that can be leveraged to run through. And then we have supervisor agents where you have hierarchical, you can take actions and you can run through a certain process. All right, so I'm gonna give a quick brief on what's the difference, like how do they compare to each other, workflow agents versus hierarchical. Workflow agents are very policy-driven orchestration with contextual reasoning, and you can predict, you can control the outcome, you can actually extend it to have approvals, and you can have tasks that can be business event driven. You can enable the logs, chat interface. There's a lot of capabilities in the workflow agents, and all this can be tightly integrated with your security safeguard and guardrails. So that way you are extending it at scale within the compliance. And then you have hierarchical. So these are like more advanced where you are your LLM decomposed, and you have a use case where the problem is ambiguous, and where you want just the flexibility with the scheduling or a delegation, and you have a multi-domain reasoning, and you have option generation, and a lot can be engineered into the prompts by structuring it with certain questions and if then loop conditions. And now that you have like a high level benefits of this, right? So we want to extend into like how these can be combined together. Let's say you want to automate a end-to-end business process, and also you can pick a flow like let's say source to pay or invoice to cash, where there is typically high volume of transactions, document driven or whether it is task driven. So, you can look at that particular manual current state process and leverage these AI nodes and, build into, the logic, whether it is loop or AI or code, and you can extend that into that, more automated task driven. Think about this like you have your BPM workflows, but here it's more the logic can be built into that node, and then you can have extensions, API calls coming through and all. So a lot can be achieved through this. I have a few screenshots to share. If time permits, I'll get into the demo instant and I'll demo a few capabilities as well. You can integrate with cross LLMs. There's extended capabilities, ChatGPT Mini, and additional LLMs. And you can also parse. You can have email communication. You can trigger some events. You can actually schedule it and act like a assistant behind the scenes. There are also wait nodes, which is another powerful tool which will wait for the human in the loop direction. And based on the business activity at certain business event or activity, you can alert the agent to take only if that condition is met. And also all this can be done through the workflow automation. Here are some of the examples, team, like how you can compare with the AI basics or the traditional AI agents to the AI automation workflows. So again, as I just explained, the traditional AI agents are more like outcome-driven, chat interface, ask a question, it gets but automation is more, driving that manual task into a structured, process flow based on the nodes. And you can use multiple tools here. You can use document agent, you can use sub agents, and then you on the workflow side you have workflow defining the tool usage upfront. You can say like, hey, here are the boundaries that you can operate under, and you still have the ability to add a business object or a standard tool or a REST API deep link. All that is still possible. You can build the prompt logic, and also I've seen a demo where the Oracle product development was sharing JSON scripting. If you have all that can be integrated into the AI agent workflow so that you can extend the capability into more programmatic, and like you can have more logic within that scripting. And traditional AI agents are best for adaptation and personalization, whereas AI automation is all about reviewing all those manual tasks driven, and you can automate it, of course, to save time and for consistency and speed. So these are the building blocks. Again, think of these are like the nodes that I was just talking about. So they have broken it down largely into like categories. AI is where you have your LLM. You can even have a traditional agent. You can have your own workflow calling another workflow. So you can see to what level these sub processes can be connected together using this workflow. You can have your own RAG document tool as well. And then, on the data side, you have document processor, business object function, external API links. You have tools. You can embed the REST API links. And then you have vector DB read and writer as well. Logic is where you can literally write your program code, if then else, loop, conditions, and all that. Think about like PL SQL package where you want to actually construct that full program logic to meet your requirements. You can set your variables at local level, global level, and then you can call them so that you can set the context and all. And then the control perspective, again, human in the loop is a key thing that we want to have. Like for instance, approval or in a certain business condition being met, and you want that to be satisfied with a human in the loop, yes, approval and rejection. So you can have that full control. And again, as I explained, you have abilities to add your if conditions, and you can branch out, you can run in parallel, you can create some loops. And also you have a switch mode where you can think about this like in a workflow where you have the process like diamond box, where you say like, if you meet this condition, go in and take the next step. So you can also branch out and create a switch with another workflow. You can have them execute in parallel. Wait is the one that is upcoming in 26B and all, where let's say a job is run overnight and you don't want it to run on its own. You want to wait for a worker or an actual physical worker, get into the shift and wait for that blessing saying like, hey, I met my goal. Should I continue this next step? And here is the outcome so far. So the user will read it and then, allow the agent to proceed. And that way the human in the loop is something that Oracle wants it to be like embedded and to be exercised. So workflow control nodes, again, we talked about the governance and the orchestration mainly. So you can branch out parallelly, retries and all that. So a lot can be done. And they can control the execution shape and bring the human into the picture for high risk actions. And using the if then loop control nodes, you can have them execute in parallel. Human approval, wait is for the timeout threshold or have that time window established. We touched on this. I'm going to skip this, and I want to expand on the how they work in together. How you can actually expand the benefits of both engines. So agents, we already are aware, like they're task driven and all that. So you can literally use multiple agents within the workflow by using these nodes through the AI node, and then you can actually write logic in such a way like call this particular agent on this sequence and use the coordination workflows, functional areas, and these can be like again the context. You can set your variables. You can have all this written so that the agent, traditional agent, can be combined and the workflow is met by calling multiple agents. So you can invoke agents for your personalized multi-turn reasoning. So I have seen Oracle COE demonstrate a chat upload interface where a passport can be created or a government sensitive document can be created by leveraging existing standard agent, and you can have your own custom agent where a RAG tool is parsing the data and all. So you can literally think about it like by leveraging this traditional agent and the workflow, you can achieve more. And this is where Oracle was continuously advocating that it defines stages, you have approvals for governance purpose, and then you have your hierarchical agents where you set the boundaries, and then you can actually perform more deep analysis, and these will give you more enriched output. And obviously the result is going to be like a governed autonomy without losing flexibility. So you can extend, but it's all within your guardrails. There is an example team. I don't know how many of you have seen. So Oracle has released this code to purchase requisition assistant as part of the SCM procurement side, where the codes can be reviewed for like any inconsistent format, and also they can be grouped and reviewed together, and then the logic can be task driven to say like extract only information in a structured format and then create a requisition and route it for approval, and create the output upon the approval. Here is the format, and also as you can see, this is just a picture of like how it flows through based on the true condition. Once it met, it goes through the LLM node and then the business object node and multiple LLM routes to say like, hey, give me this piece of information and create it in a specified template. Here is another example of file upload and processing chat interface. Where I was just talking about the passport, where you can give the instructions in a JSON script or a file, and you can sequence the logic to go through that loop conditions and check for the validation and whatever the prerequisites you need to populate that information, so that way it reads all that, it uses it, and it creates the document with that critical information like an output. Some of the FAQs on the file processing, again, heavily used for UCM, and you can retrieve the attachment. Again, business object is a very common function that allows you to extract the data. So here is an example where document ID or the getting the supplier quotation. You can use that for your file processing. So here is the new feature team where you can actually do a file upload using a chat experience, and by enabling this file upload option, you can pull anything from the local storage. And by third parties, literally, you can connect it with a storage platform by passing the credentials. So that way it's all secure and you can pull the data from the storage platforms, and you can process multi attachments. So it's all happening, and you can imagine like how Oracle is extending the capabilities by allowing to integrate with third-party platforms. With that, I want to quickly jump into a roadmap, like how it is extended. We are right now in the 26A, so there's a lot of agents and the templates available, and the model context protocol, which is again a huge engine that allows you to extend, integrate. You have Microsoft Teams integration, you have Slack integration now, and there is also a default AI agent that within the Agent Studio you can ask some basic questions that is enabled. I'm going to quickly show you that in a bit. And then you have workflow agent capabilities, triggers, emails, events, all are available in your instances. And there are several coming up. Again, memory is something that all of the hyperscalers are talking about, so that you have a context and you don't lose that context. And you have voice and more A2A, which is agent to agent, are all upcoming in the future releases. I quickly want to touch on a couple of ERP agents, which are upcoming in the 26B. I'm yet to see. I saw a couple of demos. So I'm really looking forward to this on the release perspective. These are much awaited from the ERP teams, like ledger, payments, payables, expenses. All are geared towards how you can leverage your manual tasks that can be reviewed and automated by monitoring. Example, ledger AI agent, it proactively monitor balances. It will alert you and it will streamline operations, so that way if there are any exceptions or anomalies, you can detect and continue with your accounting analysis. There are some configurations to be done with these agents. Again, in the release notes, upcoming notes, Peloton will share more data points, how to configure and all in our release webinar. With that, again, I just wanted to jump for 2 seconds into the demo part, team. So 1 second, and then I will see if you have any questions. How are we doing on time, Rebecca?
You're great, Pradeep. Take your time. We're good, and we do have a few questions, but do your demo. That's great.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just share the other window. Can you see my Oracle demo part?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So I quickly wanted to show you one thing. So this is our demo part. So this is the Ask Oracle one. So this is available by default. So again, this is a chat interface where you can ask your general questions. What is the difference between copy template and use template? This is one of the common questions that we are seeing. Oh, it's like, oh, you know what? I know why. Because this session, just let me log in. But while it is logging back in, and also, there are some available agents that are already there. So please leverage them. If you have any questions, Peloton is here to answer. And if there are any use case, business specific questions, if you want to go over as well, we can actually connect and run through that as well. So let me quickly spin that back. Okay, in the meantime, Rebecca, go over any questions from the team.
Okay, perfect. Yes, you've got 2 questions for you. First one, are there any extra charges or costs for using AI agents in Oracle?
Great question. So Yes, this is all embedded. The way Oracle has been advertising right from the beginning is based on your SaaS subscription, whatever is available out of the box within the AI Agent Studio platform, it's free. The careful wording here is like, let me just show you. So you see the copy template and the use template, right? So if you just use it as is out of the box without modifying the LLM or the prompt or additional integration or a business object or a custom, it's free. Let's say you modified, you added extra logic and extra tools, RAG and all that. That's where Oracle is saying like you're gonna consume some more tokens and the price may vary based on your subscription and all. Great question.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense. Thank you for the clarification. And then second question, Pradeep, any timeline or dates on payment or ledger agents?
Yeah, so this is just released fresh off the board. 26B, we are seeing that they will be enabled. I'm yet to see. There are some configuration steps that we have to go through the offerings. But yeah, they are coming up in the 26B, much awaited.
Perfect. That was
Any more
it.
questions?
Nope, those are the only two for now.
Okay. All right. Great. So I'm just going to quickly ask, like, help me build an agent. So literally, you can use it as your assistant to say, like, hey, I'm totally new. Show me what do I need to do? Where do I start? And all. So you can literally go in and use this out of the box help agent. It's a broader question. It may take a few seconds. Oh, there you go. Wow, it came back great. So see how it defined actually like a process, right? Like I would ask the same questions, like what is the scope? What is the use case? Let's talk about it. Like what are you trying to achieve? So how can you construct it? Like what type of tools do you need? Do you need a one-step agent or is it a multi? Do you have any external link or REST API to go through? And then how do you go through the security and all that, like, do you have to consider any HIPAA or like any sensitive information and all that? And based on my experience and what Oracle is recommending, it's always recommended to do iterative testing, multiple iterations, so that you can perfect the agent. So as you can see, like you can literally use this as a stepping stone to learn and also build agents for your business requirements. Let's ask, give me best practices. I hope it gives some pitfalls or something to avoid, or benefits of A/B testing where you can do some more regression testing. There you go. It came back. Okay, so it's definitely giving some more data points, like how you can have repetitive user queries, one secure action connector, testing reliability, continuous monitoring, all that is there. So I know we are getting to the bottom here real quick, team. So you have monitoring and evaluation. We know whatever you're interacting, if you want to monitor it, you have all that here. So you can see the error rate and all that. So this is a perfect way to extend your knowledge and use your agent adoption. Okay. All right. I think we are at the time. Any final questions?
Nope, just those two. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity here, and I hope this was helpful.
It was great. Great demo and presentation, Pradeep. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining, and stay tuned in your inbox for next month's training. Thank you all.
If you have any questions, please reach out to.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.